Welcome to our presentation about what lies ahead for Pakistan and its relationships with its neighbors, specifically with India and China. Aaron Gunderson is going to start us off.
When people think of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan and the Republic of India, we assume that they are happy countries that are perfect neighbors, like the United States of America and Canada, or the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland. Sadly, this idea is both false and shows the flaws in the education system, or people's general interest in countries around the world. Instead, relations between the two countries are nearly hostile, like Japan and North Korea. As of December 2016, the ongoing confrontation and an increase in nationalistic rhetoric on both sides has resulted in the collapse of bilateral relationships, with little expectations that they will recover. According to a 2014 BBC World Service poll, 17% of Indians view Pakistan's influence positively, with 49% expressing a negative view, while 21% of Pakistanians view India's influence positively, with 58% expressing a negative view around the world.
My name is Michaela Clark, and I'm going to be talking about the Pakistan-India relationship. So when we think of Pakistan and India, we think of the 1947 partition, when British India became two independent nations, and the fight over Kashmir. These have been two of the most violent highlights of their relationship. The relationship between these two countries has been generally hostile, violent, and full of opposition. Since the partition, 3 major wars have occurred between India and Pakistan. Many attempts have been made to settle the relationship, but have always put the two on the verge of a nuclear war. Jill Robbins on the VOA News reported that relations between India and Pakistan worsened in 2016. The two countries have had better relations a year ago. The Prime Minister of India surprised many observers when he went to the wedding of the granddaughter of the Pakistani Prime Minister in December of 2015. Many hoped the visit would improve relations that had been tense for months. But in January, Kashmiri militants attacked an Indian airbase in Panthakot, 50 kilometers from the Pakistani border. The attack damaged relations between Pakistan and India. In July, Indian troops shot and killed Burhan Wani, a young Kashmiri separatist leader. People protested his killing for months. Indian troops and protesters fought. Many people, including secretary forces, died. News reporter Jill Robbins goes on to explain that the two countries continue to attack one another, but many observers hope relations will improve in the year of 2017.
My name is Jessica Wilson, and I am going to talk a little about the relationship Pakistan has with China. In some ways, the relationship Pakistan and China have is closely related to its Indian-Pakistan relations, mostly because a lot of people believe that the only reason Pakistan wanted to get buddy-buddy with China was to get an edge on India. And China does have a long history of helping Pakistan with finances and tech aid for their nuclear program, so there's some basis in that. However, they have been very strong allies from the start. In 2015, Sheriff signed an agreement with China called the CPEC. This project will pretty much connect the two, as you see on this map, allowing China trade access wherever it wants, pretty much, and really increasing the economy of Pakistan. And this is scheduled to be completed around 2030. China and Pakistan are good friends, and their relations are only getting better.
I'm Becca Fagerston, and to finish our presentation, I'm going to talk about what could happen between Pakistan and the relationships it has between its neighbors. To start off, I'd like to ask the question, will the violence stop? Within the past year, violence in Pakistan has been rampant, and not surprisingly, much of this violence has been happening in Kashmir. Recently, strict curfews, restrictions, and violence have been used against the people there. New leadership is needed to see any change happen in the region. Where these people will come from, and if they can find their way into the current political system, is yet to be determined. There does seem to be a light in the future of Pakistan. It seems like much of Pakistan's future relationships seem dependent on the already mentioned CEPC agreement. Optimists hope that this project will bring the economic development that Pakistan needs. Right now, India is not a part of the CEPC agreement, but there is also talk of India becoming a part of that agreement so China can get its routes through Kashmir. If this were the case, it would be in the best interest of China, Pakistan, and India to find some sort of resolution to the Kashmir issue, because any economic success will depend on a measure of peace and stability. Pakistan has a lot of resources to offer and has the potential to be a positive player in our global community. If peace can find its way into this South Asian region of the world, Pakistan may rise up to play many important roles for military alliances and trade, not just for the US, but for many countries around the world. Thank you for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed our presentation.